Practice set 2. For each problem, determine the measures of the missing angles. In problem number 3, we have a diagram where two lines are intersecting. These two lines cause vertical angles to be created. Angles that are across from one another are equal. Since angle 2 is across from the given measurement, it means it has the measurement of 140 degrees. We now need to solve for the measures angle 1 and 3, and oftentimes in geometry, when there's a lot of complexity to a diagram, it's to our advantage to cover up part of it so that all of that detail isn't confusing us. So if I cover up the lower half, this results in the given angle plus the unknown angle I'm trying to determine adding up to equal this straight angle, or 180 degrees. That means angle 1 and the 140 degrees are supplementary angles. So to solve for angle 1, I'm going to take 180 degrees minus what is given to come up with a measure of 40 degrees. Since we now know the measure of angle 1, angle 3, because it's across from angle 1, also has the measure of 40 degrees because of these intersecting lines forming equal vertical angles. In diagram 4, we're given an angle measurement of 150 degrees, and they're asking us to find the measure of angles 1 and 2. There's a couple ways that we can solve this. Again, using the approach of eliminating some of the details so that we're not confused with so much information. If I ignore this vertical line here and only look at the 150 degrees combining with angle 2, those two are creating this straight angle. In other words, 180 degree sum. So to find angle 2, I'll take it 180 degrees, subtract the angle that I am given to give us a measurement of 30 degrees. If we look at some of the information that's here or implied, this box indicates that this vertical line and the horizontal line are perpendicular. In other words, they equal 90 degrees. So on the left-hand side, it's 90. And on the right-hand side, angles 1 and 2 combine to give us a 90-degree angle. That means that they are complementary. Since we have the 30 degree, we can find the measure of angle 1, the other part that's going to give us the 90 degrees, and subtract to come up with the measure of angle 1. In other words, it has a measure of 60 degrees. Another way that we could have found the measure of these angles, and it's oftentimes nice to have a second method to verify your solutions, is to break down this obtuse angle here that was given of 150 degrees. Again, with this symbol indicating it's 90 degrees, I could take that entire obtuse measurement, subtract the 90 degrees off, which is going to give us this portion to the right of the vertical line. Well, 150 minus 90 is going to give us the 60 degrees for the measure of angle 1. Once we know that we have angle 1 of 60 degrees, we can also use the fact that yes, 1 and 2 are complementary, as we previously talked about. And so to find angle 2, given we found angle 1 first in our second method, we'll take 90 degrees, the sum of complementary angles, subtract the angle 1 that we just found to give us the 30 degrees, which is in agreement with the value that we found the first method.